Fuck Dump podcast, where the void has cut my Wi-Fi off for a few days, so I've been a little cut off from reality. Welcome to the Fucked Up Podcast, Season 2. I believe I'm going to go collective episodes, so this is episode 16 overall. As I said before, welcome back. I haven't had proper Wi-Fi for I think the last 4 days, if not 3. So this episode is coming out a little bit late. Not that you care, I'm sure, and I don't care the least bit either. So I'm recording it 11:30 p.m. at night, just before I have to get up at 7 a.m. for work tomorrow. So that's pretty cool. Today I went in to my former job and finally got some paperwork squared away. So I'll be starting work there this Tuesday. So that's be cool. I'll be working 2 tandem jobs, both part-time. Not really gaining much money in the long run, but mental stability, which will come first, which I'm a little psyched about. If the audio's a little different, I switched back to my original audio box because the other one was doing fucky shit with my mic, which I didn't like. So also I'm learning to sit still a little bit more because if I move around the mic, things sound differently. And I don't like that. So we're going to stick nice and close and personal. Hey, how you doing? I went for orientation, which I forgot takes 3 hours, even though I went through this twice. That's right. This is my 3rd time working at the same job. But you know what? That's rude. We're going to turn that down right now, because I'm anticipating a lot more of those coming through. Back to the podcast. Yes, this podcast where I talk about very important things in my life. So yeah, I've worked at the same fucking job 3 times. But the reason why I come back to this job is, one, I know pretty much everything there is to do here. So, it's like I'm coming back and just picking up where I left off. Secondly, I love the people who work there. The first time I really officially quit, which like the second time I came through, my boss wasn't the coolest guy to work around, and he pretty much put me through mental torment. Not that I'll ever tell him that to his face. If he ever finds this, I'm going to be in some weird shit. But I guess I was also in a bad mental spot in my life, and I had to get out. Working there was not fun. And once I got to a better mental place, this new job, things got weird from there, because at this other job I work at, I don't know. I don't really connect with the people there as much as I do with the people at the first job. It's fun to talk to them. They're nice people, but mentally, I don't think I'm just on the same wavelength. Like, I don't think I would hang out with any of these people outside of work, And with the people at the first place, I get along with them so well, and I've practically known them for like 4 years. I first started this job back in 2014, so it's been 5 years I've known most of these people. And I've come back at 3 completely separate points in my life. So where I'm at now is so vastly different than it was when I started working at 18. That's right, I got my first job when I was 18 years old because I was terrified to start a job. I also didn't start driving until I was 19. Well, really when I was 20. I got a really late start in my life. Mainly because I had high anxiety about things. I'm working on that. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to take a sip of water. Remember to stay hydrated. Here it comes. That's some high quality H2O. We're gonna move the mic. There we go. Get comfortable. So yeah, I'm gonna be working in tandem with these 2 jobs. First job, none the wiser. And I don't think any of them there are gonna figure it out anytime soon, because they do not know me personally, as I said. And so if any of them ever finds this podcast in particular, which I doubt they'll listen to, because it is called the Fuck Dump Podcast. That and the fact that my Facebook profile photo looks like I am on cocaine. I will give no accurate photo evidence to state as such. But, yeah, I sound a lot cooler online. So I really doubt they'll find this anytime soon. Everyone at the second job, I'm going to now, they know. They completely know my situation because I trust them. And they're cool. So, that's where I'm at. Yeah. Presently in my life, my dad's coming back. Hopefully, from what he said. Long story short, my dad moved out where forever ago for reasons I will not disclose, and he's from somewhere off, and told me recently he's gonna be coming back and helping out with some shit. So that's gonna be cool. I kind of missed my dad. If that helps relate my, I don't know, state of mind to any of you listening. I like my dad. I think he's a cool guy. He has his quirks, and I have my quirks, and sometimes our quirks don't line up. And I understand that, and I understand that he's still my dad, and he's a cool guy sometimes. So, it's gonna be nice having him back. So, yeah, that's enough about that. I'm bored with that topic now. Currently, what's going on in my room right now is I've been tearing the fuck out of it, trying to find a fucking Nintendo 2DS charger, which also coincidentally is the DSi charger. I own 2 Game Boy SPs, 1 DS Lite, 2 DSi's, and a Nintendo 2DS. And the only chargers I found are one for the original DS Lite and I think I found 4 Game Boy SP chargers, even though I only own 2. It has been driving me fucking insane that I cannot find this 2DS charger, even though I knew I had it before I moved into this new place. Unreal. I completely tore apart my room yesterday. And fucking shit, man. What the fuck? Where did it go? I even checked my little brother's room, and he ain't got it either. So, what the hell? You ever relate to losing something? Maybe get your mom to find it. She'll find it right away. Oh, man. I'm a little whiny bits this episode. Fucking shit, though. But, I broke out my old PS2. Found a lot of old games that I have. I don't know if I vented I was really sick last week. Feeling a little better now. I went through my old PS2 games, and I have 4 copies of Madden 06. Don't know where I got them. I just own them. I have a lot of SOCOM games and other shit. My girlfriend gave me Spider-Man 1, which fucking kicks absolute shit because I love that game, and I lost it as a kid. And pretty much all the games I ever owned with my brother as a kid, we destroyed because we didn't take care of them because we were idiots. So playing that shit has been amazing. Bruce Campbell does voices in that game. He is the tutorial narrator. It is so amazing, and the game controls like shit. Oh my god, it controls like shit. You can't move the camera up or down, only side to side, and the motion controls are absolute garbage. But holy shit, do I love this game. Man. Also, I realize as I'm saying shit, I realize how bad my S's are, because I have big teeth and a tiny mouth and also a large tongue. So that's pretty fun. Also, if you hear me breathing, I don't care. Fuck you. This is the Fucked Up podcast where I don't give a shit. I said I'd be doing more long-form content, but it really all depends on how much I have to say. We're going to move the mic again. Here it comes. Yep. Also, low effort, despite my new process of, because I'm not good at audio mixing, I export this track onto the waveform in After Effects, and then I take that whole thing, and then I move it to Adobe Premiere Elements, and then I put the audio, like the music, into that, because I'm better editing in that than I am in After Effects at the moment, and it just feels faster to me. So I have to export 2 things. Also, last week, when I had to make the new episode, I had to relearn how to use After Effects so I could do the waveform, because I had no idea how to do it. So, that was fun. So here we are in Season 2, baby. I'll hopefully try to get some guests, maybe. I don't know who's going to want to fucking be on this train wreck, but maybe I'll put out an APB, which means I'm going to have to clean my room. Motherfucker. Get rid of some shit, make this place look like a studio. I mean, it looks cool as it is. Maybe we can record some Let's Plays, but trying to get back into Let's Plays. I had a brief stint when I played Cuphead with my buddy Sean, and that was pretty fun. I made that look pretty good and professional, so that was a lot of fun. So I'm going to try to do that again now that I have my PS2. I can now successfully hook up my PS2, my PS4, my Wii U, my Switch, my Xbox 360, and my Xbox One all at the same time on my TV, because I also have an HDMI splitter. So I can record a wide variety of games. I want to get my cords for my Super Nintendo. Maybe get a PS3, because I got some PS3 games I want to play. And fuck PS View. That's a load of garbage. And I don't know. Maybe get a GameCube. Who knows? There's a lot of systems I've never owned, and I'd love to own them. I know as a kid I didn't know about like lots of different types of video games. As a kid, I had a very small scope of things. Like, I didn't have a lot of friends, and the only video games I had, I got secondhand. So, really, for the entirety of my childhood life, I only played games on the PS2. Because literally, it's not like people told me and I just ignored it. I had no idea about other game systems. Like, no idea. I barely knew what an Xbox was. I only knew about the PlayStation 2 and the PlayStation 1, briefly. So, all the games I'd ever played as a kid before I got a PS3 were PS2 games. So that's where a lot of my allegiance lies, is with the Sony PS2. So I've never really... The only other console I ever owned as a child was the Game Boy SP, because my friend loaned me his Game Boy and his copy of Leaf Green. And I fucking fell in love with it. That was the first time I ever played Pokemon. When I was like... I think I had to be like 10 years old, 11. And when I had to give it back, I was so sad. And I told my parents about it. And I was like, if you can get it for me, that'd be pretty cool. And they called me at Walmart. And they told me, hey, they only have this game called Fire Red. Is that okay? I'm like, yeah, that's okay. Because I had no idea they came as a pair. I only watched Pokemon and knew briefly about the Pokemon cards. So when they come home with Fire Red, I'm like, oh my god, this looks like the same game. And then for Easter, I think that same year or the next year, they put Leaf Green in my basket. So I got both games, and that was like the coolest thing. Like I remember, like my parents ever doing for me. It was one of the coolest things. Like I don't fucking care what anyone says about my parents. My parents fucking ruled. I mean, I know they had their issues sometimes, and I didn't get along with them the most. But when I was a kid, they fucking ruled, and they still fucking rule now. You know. Thinking back on it, that was like the coolest thing. Like they didn't have to do that. Like the first game alone was enough. And neither of us knew. I don't think either of us knew. They were pretty much the same game except for a few Pokemon differences. And to this day, that's one of the coolest things they've ever done for me. And I have all these handhelds because they were my siblings, and they just kind of got passed on to me. So I have one pink SP, a blue one, a white and a blue DSi. I have the red 2DS that my friends got for me, and I got the pink DS Lite that I think I got from my sister. So yeah, that's pretty fucking rad. I mean, from then on out, I mean, all the consoles I ever wanted, I bought for myself because I'm an adult with big boy money. Another cool thing my parents did for me, it was 2 years ago. I was having one of the worst weeks of my life. It's around when I started working in produce. Well, I guess that's the job I quit. And I was just having a shit time. It was like the week just felt like it was getting progressively worse and worse. My job was shitty. My car was fucking up. I had a really bad car at that age. And I just come home. I'm like, I'm ready to crawl up in bed and whatever. And I come home and I'm talking to my parents because I like to talk to them when I got home. And they're like, did you see your room? I'm like, no. Because whenever someone was in my room, I'm like, what are you doing in there? And I walk in and they had placed a brand new television. It was the 32-inch like Roku TV, like the smart TV. It was just sitting in my office chair. And I was in such utter disbelief. I look at my parents, and to be perfectly honest, I started crying. And I'm like, I told them, like, I've been having the worst week. And that fucking brightened up my day. Because until then, I was using an old, like, Sanyo, like, 28-inch television. Like, the really old one, like, the big boxy television. And to have this brand new smart TV in my room, like, made me feel, like, a little bit more like an adult. And that was amazing. And they just gone to Walmart, and I think to my knowledge they just thought like, hey, Zeke needs a new TV, so they got me a new television. Is that kind of it's like kind of selflessness that like I've always loved about my parents. I mean, their worldviews may not always align with mine, and I know like I can't be using like them getting me stuff as an example of them being cool, but like it's the fact that they went and they thought about me. I mean, that's great. I mean, that's what I get from them. I like to go places and I see things that people like, and I'm like, they would love that. And I just get it. Because, what's some money compared to another person's happiness? And I mean, if I had the money right now, Lord knows what I'd be getting for people. And some of the best things that make me happy are when I get someone something and it brightens up their day. Sometimes when I'm at my worst, I like to get things for other people because seeing other people makes me happy. And I don't know, like if I'm miserable, I don't want other people to be miserable, So, fuck, dude. I don't know. It's just the little things, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. Also, as I'm going through my electronics, I found a couple old MP3 players. I found the first iPod Shuffle I ever owned that my grandmother got me because I was using hers. She thought maybe he would also like an iPod Shuffle. And fuck yeah, she was right. But none of the old music I have is on it because I think I deleted it because I'm an asshole. Now I'm sad. And I also found the MP3 player I bought when I was super drunk because I used to get drunk by myself a lot, which also explains where I got 900 Yu-Gi-Oh cards off of eBay. But I bought like a tiny MP3 player, and the only songs on it are from the most recent NSP cover album. And those are the only songs because that's all I uploaded to it. And you know what? It's cool. It's tiny. I can clip it onto my belt. It's unobtrusive, and it's got little earbuds I can wear. So I don't know. It's cool. That's literally one of the little things. And if you don't think that's the coolest shit, then you can get the fuck out of here. Okay. Boy, this time mark's going to be a little intimidating for people, so I think I'm going to end it here. Shit, I already forgot the name of the song that Kevin MacLeod has so graciously let me use. So if you give me a second here, I'll find it. Boy, is this great content or what? Okay, thank you very much for the use. Thank you very much, Kevin MacLeod. Fucking God! Thanks to Kevin MacLeod for the use of Lobby Time. Kevin MacLeod is a wonderful man, has created lots of wonderful royalty-free music, and deserves all the credit you can give him. So, yeah, this has been the Fuck Dump Podcast. Thank you for listening. Hope you have a good night, and a good morning, and a good evening, or whatever the fuck. This has been the Fucked Up Podcast. Get out of my house.